Okay, good morning, everybody. Camera right here. Good morning, everybody. Um, got some notes here on the trip we got back late last night from our trip down to the Mark Twain National Forest and the Glade Top Trail. We went down there and just kind of checked it out. A guy from the Midwest Crawlers group uh, was setting up a run down there. He's going next weekend, and we have to work, so we decided we'd run down there and just kind of check it out because I'd never really heard of it before. So anyway, we towed the bushwhacker down there, camped for the night, came back yesterday, kind of little roundabout way. So I wanted to give you some quick gas mileage stats. Anyway, we filled up in Polo, Missouri, on the way down, which is the town closest to where we live. Um, so we started out with a full tank of 87 octane. Um, we ran 209 miles down to Sparta, Missouri, which is where we decided to top off our tanks, make sure everything was full, get gas for the generator, all that kind of stuff as we headed into the trail. That was 209 miles. And we ended up on the meter on the Bronco said 15.4. On the math, when I did the math, it said 14.95. So basically 4/10 of a mile, half a mile difference. And that seemed to be variation one way or the other on all of them. Yeah, the dogs are trying to chase the cat, and the cat's not having much of it today. Anyway, when we filled up in Sparta, we filled up with 91, which was the highest octane fuel that we could get. Um, on that leg, we ran from Sparta basically back up to my brother's house in Stoutland, or outside of Stoutland. Dropped the camper off, went back to Lebanon, which is about 15 miles, and filled up. Wife wanted to go to Shepherd Hills uh, factory outlet store, which, if you've never been there, has got a lot of different knives and cutlery type stuff, kitchen stuff, a big Lodge cast iron section, which was what we were after. Got a new little Dutch oven for the camper. And let's see. Oh, they've got all kinds of stuff. If you've never been, it's in Lebanon, Missouri, and it's worth a visit. Anyway, that figured out to be 210 miles, and this was a lot of either crawling along in first and second gear or crawl gear. Um, the way the GPS took us in there, I missed a turn, and when it rerouted us, it took us up some snake trails, stuff that that you could do it. There's nothing that we couldn't handle. Bronco handled it fine, but we were, hello cat, we were easing along. Yep, there's the cat. I don't know why he thinks it needs to be up here. That's the back half of Biscuit, the cat. Anyway, a lot of first, second, and third gear type stuff. There's the front half of Biscuit. We we pulled in there. We found a campsite. We set up. We ran one trail until it started getting narrow enough that I didn't think we could go much further down it. Yeah, hello. We ended up at 13.54 figured out, and I think it showed about 15 or so. Come on, down there. There we go. We filled up in Lebanon. Like I said, we were bobtail for about the first 20 miles back to my brother's house, and we ran 184 miles back up here to Richmond, which is just about 20 miles south of the house, and filled back up with 91 again. And anyway, we wound up at 17.4 on the gauge on the dash, and when I figured it out, put the math to it, it was 17.86 miles to the gallon. And that was running on 93 octane for that leg. So just for the fun of it, I did a little math, and I figured out on 87 going down, it cost us 23 cents per mile for fuel. On 93 coming home, it cost us 22.3 cents per mile. So our cost per mile actually did decrease about 7/10 of a cent for running the higher octane fuel. So anyway, I thought that was interesting. We may stick to running the high octane. I've always been kind of cheap and just ran the 87 because I don't like putting more in it than I have to. But we may start running the higher octane fuels. Okay, so I just thought I'd tag on a little bit there. Let me know what you guys think about it. Well, what are you running? Are you running the high octane stuff, 91, 93, whatever you can get, or are you basically running on 87? I have, now that we've come down to the city to take the wife shopping a little bit and do a few things, I can notice the difference in the power to be on the higher octane fuel. So anyway, let me know, give me a comment, let me know what you guys think, what you're doing, and why you do it. Are you just strictly into the performance, or are you looking for the better fuel mileage, or what? I'm kind of somewhere in between. I like the performance, but I don't really like giving the Arabs any more money than I absolutely need to for digging something up out of the ground. So let me know what y'all think.